You'll work directly with your ghostwriter to finish your book faster than you ever could on your own. It's easy to become a published author. Call Dorrance now to learn more. 800-485-6003. 800-485-6003. 800-485-6003. Call right now. That number is 800-485-6003.
Well, it's Monday, October 7th, and you're listening and watching Picks and Parlays Radio, the show that gifts you a smorgasbord of spectacular sporting wagers and information guaranteed to pick up your week. I'm Nick Gieber, in for Chelsa Messinger. We got a big show for you today. We're going to talk about NFL and college football opening lines and maybe some movements therein. I'll be joined by our Huapo himself, Craig Trapp. Will be going through some of this with you. Also, of course, baseball. It's hot and heavy. It's the playoffs. Tony Tellez and Craig Trapp and I, well, we'll be having a discussion about the big baseball games coming up this week. Is it going to close out? Is this next game for both these series going to close out? Well, stay tuned. We'll let you know. Also, Tony T and Joe Duffy, we're going to be talking about some college football. Syracuse at NC State, Colorado, Oregon. We got Oklahoma at Texas. All sorts of good stuff. If you have something to say, we would love to hear from you. The way to do that, get onto social media. You can find us on Twitter. We are at Picks Parlays. We'll put it up there on the screen for you. We're also on Facebook. We're on YouTube, and we are streaming on YouTube Live if you've missed it. And quite frankly, if you have missed it, you're a total knob, because that's where everything that you want to know, it's right there on YouTube. Loads of free picks, by the way. I mean, really, we are going to make you a fortune. Just tune in to our YouTube channel. And don't forget to subscribe and click the notification bell so every time one of these genius videos goes up there, you're going to be notified. We got loads of stuff, as I said. If you want to give us a call in the studio, by the way, we haven't done this up to now. You can do that. The call is free. That's right, scot-free. Don't be a cheap bastard. Give us a call. 800-878-7529. 800-878-7529. That's right. This is your chance to level the income playing field. The network's paying for the call, so let's stick it to the man. Give us a call. We'd love to know where you are placing your money. 800-878-PLAY. So there you have it. Social media. We got phone calls. You can comment on YouTube, on Twitter, on Facebook. We're going to bring it all to you right here on Picks and Parlays Radio. All right, well, I want you to gather your thoughts. I'm going to certainly gather mine, and I'm going to collect an incredible collection of experts to bring you right after the break. Don't go anywhere. Be right back after this.
Now that you can get your favorite Chili's 3 for $10 meals delivered, anywhere can be your own personal Chili's. So?
Hi, welcome to my house.
Welcome to the meat lovers section of my in-laws' vegan barbecue. Burgers, finally.
Welcome to my therapist's office, where it's okay to eat your feelings. And quesadillas.
Welcome to Chili's Delivery. Order online at chili's.com/delivery and get all your favorite 3 for $10 meals, like Cajun chicken pasta, delivered right to you wherever you are. At participating restaurants only. 3 for $10 not available via third-party platforms. Delivery fees apply.
Message and data rates may apply. Please do not text and drive. See purple.com for terms and conditions.
And now for an important announcement. Do you, or does someone you know, sweat the bed? Do you ever wake up feeling like you've been sleeping on a slip and slide? Sweating the bed is a serious but a common problem that affects your sleep, health, and happiness. Plus, it's just plain gross. But it's not you. It's your mattress. Fortunately, there is a cure. It's called Purple. Purple is the only mattress with a scientifically engineered smart comfort grid. This patented technology is designed to let air flow freely so you sleep cool. Side effects of sleeping on Purple include sleeping better, feeling better, and, well, honestly, smelling better. Try the Purple mattress risk-free for 100 nights and never sweat the bed again. And for a limited time, pick a free Purple product with your mattress purchase by texting SMART to 84888. The coolest sleep of your life and a free Purple product by texting SMART to 84888. That's SMART to 84888.
Attention to anyone that's written a book or wants to write a book. The process is not that complicated. Take a first step. Even if you write a page a day, you'll build momentum and your book will become a reality. The hard part is getting it published. That's when you need to call Page Publishing. They've got hundreds and hundreds of thank yous from different new authors, just like you. They make the process of publishing your new book and getting it sold online a simple process. You can learn how simple it is right now by calling for your free Page Publishing New Author Submission Kit. One quick 3-minute phone call, that's all it takes to get free information and learn how you can get your book published. Pick up your phone right now and call us 24 hours a day at this number, 800-603-0885, 800-603-0885, 800-603-0885. That's 800-603-0885.
Hey, you're that famous actress. You must travel so much. What's the best site for hotel deals?
Hilton.com.
No. One with crazy savings.
Hilton.com. With their price match guarantee, if you find a better rate, they match it and take 25% off.
No, one with lots of options.
Hilton.com has 16 top hotel brands. Hampton, Hilton Garden Inn, Waldorf Astoria.
Hilton.com. You should totally do their commercials.
Expect better. Expect Hilton.
You're good.
I know, thank you.
Applicable terms and conditions at Hilton.com.
All right, welcome back to Picks and Parlays Radio here on the Sports Byline Broadcast Network. Also like to say a big hello to our men and women in uniform around the world. Listening on the American Forces Network, it's great to be with you. We'll be with you each and every weekday from 4 p.m. Eastern Time right here on these very networks. All right, before the break, I promised you NFL and college football opening line reports. I am joined with the Huapo of picksandparlays.net himself, Mr. Craig Trapp. Craig, what are we going to start with, the professional athletes or the athletes that are professional and pretend not to be? Which one are we going with first?
Let's start with NFL Week 6. I just think, of course, big week ahead. I mean, this is the week where, some of these teams are probably going to decide if they're going to be traders or buyers at the trade deadline. There's about 5 teams in the league that are so bad and a bunch of others that are in the middle and could use some help.
All right, well, shall we start with the Giants at the Patriots? I mean, this is really the story of one team that sucks and the other that doesn't. I see the lines actually moving. It was -14. It's now New England -17. Is this telling us, well, for the Patriots, they're going to score more than Robert Kraft at a massage parlor?
Well, this actually line, even the advanced lines on these that we came out in the middle of the summer was actually 10. So this has moved from really 10 to 17, but the opening line is what I usually use that comes out on Sunday night or Monday morning, and that was New England 14, bet immediately up to 17. I don't see this moving a whole lot. This is the Thursday night football game, so we'll get a lot of action. The total on this one went from 46 to 43.5. I think that speaks to how well New England's been playing, especially on defense. And advanced, I would say New England obviously wins this game, but the Giants are the one team that, remember, has beat them twice in the Super Bowl. And I think you have to, sneaky Thursday night play if you want to take all these points in the Giants.
I don't know. That's some twisted logic there, Craig. But I'll go with you on this one. It's the Patriots. They've only allowed 2 defensive touchdowns all season. Really, they are on fire. Should we go to the next one? Panthers at Bucks. How's this one looking?
Well, this is the London game. Of course, it's going to be 9:30 Eastern Standard Time. So if you're there in Vegas, like Nick, you got to wake up at 6:30 in the morning to watch this one at Tottenham Stadium. The Panthers were even when this opened up. Now the Panthers are favored by 2.5. I think that's a lot of recency bias because Carolina, since Kyle Allen took over at quarterback, 3-0 straight up, 3-0 against the spread, and a Tampa Bay team that really started off lackluster last week before they come on late and fell short against the spread in New Orleans.
Well, it's a bad place to have this game because Tottenham Hotspur, well, that is their home stadium and they are in a complete free fall. We'll have to wait and see what happens on this game. Panthers at Bucks in my hometown, London, England. Let's move along, shall we? Bengals at Ravens. Ravens are -8.5 to 11.5. Craig, where's this one going?
Well, believe me, I'm back located here in Cincinnati. This line is right on. I think this line is going to continue to move as the Bengals are 0-5, 2-3 against the spread, though. Did look at least a little better coming back late and then falling into the last-second field goal to a winless Arizona team as well. So, but Baltimore hasn't quite looked as good on defense as we thought they were the last few weeks. But I still think the line's headed in the right direction. I think Baltimore is clearly the better team. 11.5. I think this thing could end up around 13.
All right. Shall we go to Kansas City, where the Chiefs will be hosting the Texans? The Chiefs are -8.5 to about -5.5. Patrick Mahomes, now, is he going to be playing or is he still injured? There was something about an injury there which did not bode very well.
Yeah, banged up here, but I still think he'll play. These young quarterbacks always seem to play, and against, of course, Watson here for Texans, and they've played very well as of late. Really came on late in that game with a defensive touchdown to really make it look ugly. But 4-1, the Chiefs are 3-2 against the spread. I think the Chiefs at 5 here is a much stronger play off of that 8.5 opening line. This is going to be a really good game, maybe the best game of the week.
Do we have any word on Tyreek Hill? Because if he's going to play, I expect that line to move some more, right?
Well, I actually think they considered that. I see that he is going to play, that he's not even questionable at this point. Now, of course, those things can change. So I expect that the line suggests that he is going to play. But this line could still go back the other way to say 6. So I don't think it'll get back to the 7. So if you're a Houston backer, you might want to wait a little bit. If you're a Kansas City fan, I would go ahead and get on it now.
So you're saying it's priced in already. All right, fair enough. Redskins at Dolphins.
Yeah, Washington, of course, fired Jay Gruden after 6th season. Not a whole lot of positive to say about this Washington team. This defense has been one of the worst in the league. We saw this line open at 6.5. Is Washington favored at 6.5? It tells you how bad the Dolphins are. Now Washington favored at 3.5. Both teams looking for their first win. Something has to go. 0-5 for the Redskins, 0-4 for the Dolphins. And between the two of them, only Washington has a win against the spread. They're 1-4 against the spread, while the Dolphins are 0-4 against the spread.
Well, so 2 crap teams. The question is, which one's just a little less crappy than the other? Well, we're going to find out. Now, let's go to Cowboys at Jets. Dallas -7. Now it's -8.5. What's going on there, Craig?
Well, this is another one. And if you looked at the advanced lines, the Cowboys were only favored by 1.5. So really a 10-point line movement off of the summer lines. But off the opening line, I think this is justified because the Jets have not been great. 0-4, 1-3 against the spread. Against, a Cowboys team that I won't say is desperate for a win, but they didn't look great in the first half last week. They didn't look good in New Orleans. I think the Cowboys need a good showing here, and I think that's why this line's moving.
All right, well, the last one is Titans at Broncos. I'm just trying to look at my notes on this one. Well, the Broncos have actually looked better the last few weeks. So where is this line going, Craig?
Yeah, I mean, it started at even, and now Denver's favored by 2.5. I do think the Titans, one of those Jekyll and Hyde teams. It's too bad Chelsa's not here because, of course, the Titans, we have to give her the talk on the Titans. But 2 very good defenses here. I think the total has moved from 40.5 to 38.5 in this one as well. I think this looks like a strong underplay when I'm just first going through these lines.
All right, well, we've got not a lot of time. We've got a lot of college football lines to get to. Shall we run down them quickly? And if you're listening or watching out there and college football is your thing, get a pencil and paper because we're going to fire away here. App State at UL Lafayette. What's going on this one?
We usually wouldn't talk about a game like this, but this is one of the Thursday games, and the line App State was favored by 2. Now it's UL Lafayette is favored by 1.5. So pretty good line movement. 2 pretty good teams. Louisiana Lafayette is 5-0 against the spread. So and I think App State's maybe 4-1 or something for 3-1. So both of these teams have been pretty good against the number, and that's the weekday game.
My question is, at halftime, do they raise serpents in prayer? I don't know. Let's go. Next one, Colorado at New Mexico.
Yeah, 7. Colorado State opened at 7, now down to 4 because the Colin Hill, the quarterback for Colorado State, is out in that one.
All right, Rutgers, Indiana.
Yeah, this line is going to move. I think it opened at 27, or I believe it's 27, now to 25, or 23 to 25, something like that. But this did line move because Rutgers quarterback McLean Carter is out in this one.
All right, so Louisville, Wake Forest. Wake have gone from -9 to -6.5, tightening up quite a bit there.
Yeah, Wake Forest hasn't been quite as good as everybody, I think, thought after a pretty good start to the season. And Louisville, much better than people thought. So this line, I think, is a little justified. If you like Louisville off of that key number of 7, I would definitely get on it now.
All right, Nebraska at Minnesota. I think so much of this depends about Nebraska quarterback Adrian Martinez. Is he going to be fit to play or not? Am I correct on that one?
Yeah, I mean, if Martinez plays, this line might have opened at Minnesota -6.5 up to Minnesota -8.5. Also, at several, the key running back for Nebraska is questionable or maybe even out, it sounds like. So a lot of banged up injuries, and Minnesota is a pretty good team. So I think it's pretty justified that it went through the key number of 7.
All right, well, we're running out of time, Craig, so we're going to pick just a few more, and I would remind our viewers and listeners that if they want to get more free picks, they can always go to picksandparlays.net. We got loads of free picks on there for you. Don't be bashful. Get onto your keyboard or your phone and go to picksandparlays.net. All right, let's start Washington at Arizona. Washington have moved from -9 to -7. The Huskies not so good on the road.
Yeah, this one's, I was kind of surprised it's moved this much this early. I think Washington's clearly a better team, but, the money movement is what it is.
Well, what about this massive movement in the San Jose at Nevada match? It's gone from -7.5 in Nevada down to -1. Is there something I should know?
To me, I think it's just the San Jose State has usually been a doormat, is not this year. They've already got more wins than they have the last few seasons combined. And so that one, I'm a little shocked on that one, but definitely wanted to mention it before because this line, anytime you get a 6-point plus line movement.
We got to go to break. When we come back, let's pick it up. Major League Baseball. Stay with us here, Picks and Parlays Radio.
The blue pill to charge your sex life? Have you been thinking about trying the blue pill? What if we can promise you the same results for less than $3 a pill? If you're paying $20 a pill for the other pills, you're getting taken to the cleaners. Our pill delivers the exact same results for less than $3. We'll do the math for you. You'll save more than $16 a pill for the same results. Want more? We'll give you 40 blue pills or 40 yellow pills for $99 and add 4 more pills free. You save more than $500. You don't have to be a rocket scientist to know what to do next. You need to call and get your 44 pills for just $99. Stop overpaying for the other blue pills. Call us and start saving a ton of money for the exact same results. Ordering is fast and easy with your pills delivered to your door in a non-marked package. 800-223-0992. 800-223-0992. 800-223-0992. That's 800-223-0992. Want to fly somewhere? Looking for cheap flights or cheap tickets? Then call. That's right. Call the low-cost airline travel hotline now for prices so low we can't publish them anywhere. Low-cost airlines has all kinds of cheap travel deals. Fly domestically and save up to 75%. You can even fly internationally and save even more. Yes, fly anywhere in the world and save a lot of money on your plane tickets. We'll even save you money with cheap travel deals on hotels, rental cars, even complete travel packages. So don't book your tickets until you call us first for the absolute cheapest prices on U.S. and international airline tickets and hotels. Call right now for prices so low they can't be published. Travel experts are here 24/7 to help. 800-754-4531. 800-754-4531. 800-754-4531. That's 800-754-4531. Do you have a problem hearing the television? Do you need to crank up the volume so loud your family is screaming at you? Then put on your TV ears. TV Ears has helped millions of people just like you hear TV loud and clear without cranking up the volume. For about $60 with a 30-day free trial, you can get your own set of TV Ears. When you wear TV Ears, you can mute the TV volume for private listening or let others watch TV with you. Order in the next 10 minutes and take us up on our 30-day home trial and very special price. TV Ears is a brand hearing professionals have trusted for more than 20 years. And through this special radio offer, you can get your very own for just $60. Just mention promo code RADIO. So put on your TV ears and make everyone happy. 800-984-4207. 800-984-4207. 800-984-4207. That's 800-984-4207.
All right, welcome back. Picks and Parlays Radio on the Sports Byline Broadcast Network. I'm Nick Geber in for Chelsa Messinger. Now, a lot of people are asking, where's Chelsa? Why is this ugly guy in front of the camera instead of our beloved Chelsa Messinger? Well, if you haven't figured it out by now, Chelsa's just a wee bit pregnant. And so she has decided, in her good wisdom, to go have a baby. So that's what Chelsa Messinger is. But don't worry, folks. She will be back, and I will more than happily give up my seat for her. All right, welcome back. We got Major League Baseball this segment. I'm joined by Craig Trapp and Tony Tellez, both of picksandparlays.net. Gentlemen, we have some exciting baseball divisional series to get to. We have the potential here for both of these games to close out the divisional series. Are we going to see that? I'll start with you, Tony.
Yeah, I think it's a possibility that we will see that as we look at some of the games here. I think the early afternoon games that we won't see all of them go. Looks like Tampa Bay is going to survive. We're up 10-3 here in the eighth inning, and I think it brings up an interesting point here about the Houston Astros decision here in Game 4. Do they go with Verlander in short rest, or do they go with Urquidy? Greinke got pounded. Remember, the big news after the All-Star break was that Greinke did well in his first playoff start, Nick. He gave up 6 runs to Tampa Bay, and now Houston Astros have to have a decision to make in game number 4.
All right, so we still have you. All right, now we got everyone. I was confused there for a moment.
Yeah, we got Craig. Maybe Craig can chip in. Craig, what do you think about that here with the decision for the Astros in game 4?
I don't know. Greinke, he has not been good historically. The real knock on him has been in postseason that he's kind of a mental midget. A lot of the reasons I think why maybe the Yankees or the Red Sox didn't go after him the last few years. And to me, I thought maybe down in the order a little bit, he would have an advantage, but we've seen it already. I do think if they don't win here, I think I would probably go to Verlander on short rest.
Yeah, you got Verlander in short rest, and you got Garrett Cole on full rest for the closeout if necessary. If you want to get to that point, I mean, that's the question mark. Do you really want to get to that point where you have to worry about Cole? But I'm with you there. Maybe Verlander is the one. But, Craig, we're going to talk about this Dodgers and Nationals game that's going to be coming up here in just a few hours here. And you don't have to worry about the shadows because we're seeing this Cardinals-Brave game in shadows. 3-1 St. Louis up in this one. St. Louis looking to survive this series, move it to game 5. But in this Dodgers-National game, we got Rich Hill on the mound to go against Scherzer. And, I'm a little concerned here, Craig, because I would rather see Tony Gonzalez in this role, not Rich Hill, even Ross Stripling. I'm not a fan of both of those pitchers there. Craig, what are your thoughts here with LA going with Rich Hill in this spot?
Well, actually, before we get to Craig for a minute, I'm just wondering, why are they playing Rich Hill in this game? I mean, he's 4-1 with a 2.45 ERA. He's not their best pitcher by a long shot. I mean, they have a chance to close it out. Don't you want to do everything you can to put this series behind you?
Yeah, you do, but I call it lazy managing because Rich Hill is the guy they used in the playoffs for the last couple of years. He's that guy. We put him in game 4. We let him throw his four innings. He's a nervous wreck on the mound. He sweats every pitch, and he may get a blister. But the problem is with Rich Hill, he doesn't go deep. So then you tax your bullpen. The Dodgers have not won the World Series because of their pitching, their bullpen. So why do you put this guy Rich Hill on the mound who can only go 4 innings? Tax your bullpen. Who knows what's going to happen if Hill can't get through this one? I think he will. I think they're going to win despite Rich Hill starting. But Tony Gonzalez has been a really good pitcher down the stretch. He can go innings and go deep in games, and he can relax your bullpen a little bit. But when you got Rich Hill on the mound, you're only going to get 4 innings. It's a bad move, Nick. It's a lazy managerial move to put in Rich Hill in this one.
Yeah, Tony, 50 pitches. I mean, since coming back from injury, he's not pitched more than 50 pitches a game. I mean, that's, pretty pathetic, quite frankly.
Yeah, and it's basically what I call it, just pretty much cookie cutter management here. Pretty much, he's been the guy we used the past 3 years. We got to the World Series with him. Listen, you lost the World Series because your bullpen has choked in big pressure spots against the Astros and last year against the Red Sox. And of course, your hitting doesn't always come through in the clutch for you in these World Series games in the later innings. You need that bullpen fresh. Tony Gonzalez is a guy that can go 6, maybe even 7 innings for you. Preserve that bullpen, Nick. That is so important now in the postseason.
Well, Craig, what do you think? Do you think Max Scherzer can refine some form and get them back into this series?
I think so. I think the Nationals win this game, and then all the pressure's on the Dodgers. I mean, the Nationals have nothing. They weren't supposed to even be here this year. I would hate it if I was the Dodgers fan if I have to win game 5. And to me, I think that happens. I think the Nationals get this win and really force it back to LA and force LA to win in pressure situation. And then the question is, Tony, who does the Dodgers pitch in Game 5?
Oh, it's without a doubt, it's going to be Buehler. It'll be Walker Buehler, but I'm going to go again. I don't think there's going to be a Game 5, Craig, because even though I'm against Rich Hill, I think he can give them the 4 innings, and the bullpen come in here with Maeda, with Urias, with Ross Stripling and company. I think they can get the job done here because Max Scherzer has not been the same, Nick. He was on the DL for a month. He's come back. He has an ERA over 5. In his past 4 starts, he's allowed 17 earned runs, 6 homers, and 22 and 2/3 innings. And the Dodgers, they're a home run hitting team. And don't forget, when Scherzer pitched in the biggest game of the season, it was the NL wild card. Brewers got him for 2 homers. He left the game down 3-1. Of course, it was a bullpen meltdown by the Brewers, but still, your number 1 guy goes off out of the game down 3-1 in an elimination game. And remember, when Scherzer exits, you've got that Nationals bullpen in there, and this could be, if this comes down to a bullpen game, Nick, I'm all over the Dodgers.
Craig, what do the lines look like on this game?
Yeah, Nationals minus 130. I mean, you got to shop this line. They're all over the place there, but about that, and then the total set at 8. I do think the over is not a bad play here because, like you said, I don't see either starter going past 4 or 5 because at this point, anytime somebody gets in trouble in the playoffs now, they just go to the bullpen.
All right, good stuff. All right, let's move along, shall we? Yankees at Twins. This one could be a sweep here for the Yankees. They look pretty much unstoppable, and I personally can't stand them, but you had to really love that grand slam, didn't you?
Yeah, you did. I don't know if a Brit would like a Yankee too much anyway. So I will have to say here that I'm going to stick to the over in this series. I do believe the Yankees are going to win, but a high-scoring game. So I'm going to go over a total of 9 runs. Each game in this series have gone over. Matter of fact, Nick, when they've gone head-to-head, the overs cashed 14 of 17. Yankees have scored 18 runs in the first 2 games of this series. And, of course, listen to this. In their past 5 games against the Twins, New York has scored 48 runs. So they've pounded the Twins pitching staff. Odorizzi, by the way, is a starter for Minnesota. When he last faced the Yankees back at the end of July, he gave up 9 earned runs. Now, Severino's going to start. He hasn't gone very deep. Remember, he had that shoulder surgery. He hasn't pitched much, hasn't gone deep in games. But one thing to note here, the Yankees pitching is not the same on the road. Their bullpen ERA over 5 on the road this season, Craig.
All right, so we've got Tom Bees writes to us on YouTube. Guys, he says, who wins this? I mean, enough prognostication. Let's give him the winner.
Yeah, I like the Yankees here too. Yeah, I just think the Yankees are clearly the better offense, and they're both home running hitting offenses. I mean, these two, it's like home run derby, and you watch these two play. I mean, they just sit around, and there's no small ball here. They're not stealing bases. They get a guy on there just hoping for the big home run. I think if you're going to favor the team like that, you got to take the Yankees in the stronger lineup. And I do think Severino is, even if he's not 100%, which I don't think he is at this point of the season. He'll need all spring training next year to get to that. But I do think in a 3 or 4 inning spot, which is where I think he'll be today, I think he'll be better than the Twins starter Odorizzi. And I like the Yankees minus 140 with a total of 9. I think the total is, as you talked, Tony, is a strong play as well.
Well, I saw an interesting stat, guys. It said the Twins are 4-22 in their last 26 playoff games. If you're a Minnesota fan, that's it's not too exciting for you.
Yeah, it can be exciting here because basically Yankees bats, well, over the years, when you go back and look at those Yankees teams with their really good top line starting pitching, they've had, and not so much this year, but in years past, you think about the Clemsons, all the great pitchers they've had, even the closer, who got a hit off Mariano Soriano, who beat him back in the day. So it was hard for anyone to beat the Yankees in that period.
Oh.
Yeah. I think the Yankees are clearly, the history's on their side. I mean, everybody knows about all the pennants that they've won. Twins, not so much, at least in recent history. When I was younger, of course, Kirby Puckett days, they had a few nice wins, but World Series championships. But I just don't think the Twins get it done tonight. I think even if they stave off in elimination, if you take the over here tonight, I think that's the way they're going to have to get it done in a shootout. Whoever hits the most home runs, and we'll take the total 9 as well, on top of the New York Yankees minus 140 for me.
Oh,
that's correct. I met Mariano
Yankees...
Rivera. Yeah, I met Mariano Rivera back in the time is what I meant.
You did? Did you have to keep... I hear if you meet Mariano Rivera, you got to keep one hand on your wallet at all times. Is that what you did, Tony?
I think that might be the case. I don't know him that well.
Well, I'll tell you what. I just hope the Yankees don't win. I'll tell you why. I mean, it's highly unlikely, but just the constant crowing from Yankees fans, oh my goodness, I can't bear it. They are the Manchester United supporters of baseball. I can't bear them, quite frankly, but I do agree with you guys. I think they're going to win this one.
Yeah, they will, and it should be interesting. It would set up a really good matchup if the Astros advance. That's a big if because Greinke let them down today. It would bring up one of the best ALCSs I can think of in years. That Yankees Astros would be some series there, Nick.
Oh, absolutely. I tell you what, not only the fans would love that, the networks would love that too, because the networks sit around, they love these big matchups. I mean, look, no disrespect to Minnesota, but it's not exactly a massive media market. So I know the networks would absolutely love to have that matchup. How would you guys see that one ending up? Who would edge who? Yankees or Astros?
I would look at the home field advantage here. I would look at the Astros. They have home field. And one reason for this, Nick, is the fact that the Yankees starting pitcher and relief pitching have not done a good job on the road. And I look here at even though Greinke's struggling here, I do like their top two pitchers here in Verlander and Garrett Cole. That's the key right there. And of course, the Astros clutch hitting. They score a lot of runs in those 7th, 8th, and 9th innings. And I would favor the Astros because of that home field.
All right, guys. Well, we're just about out of time this segment. If you like what Tony and you like what Craig have to say, if you like their picks, if you think they know what they're talking about, and trust me, they do, you can find loads more free picks at picksandparlays.net. Don't be bashful. Head over there. Give yourself the ammunition you need to make some money this sports season. All right, we're going to step aside, take a break. When we come back, college football.
Hey, travelers, do you want to save money on your next flight? Then pick up the phone and call. That's right. Call, because the best prices are not online. They're with SmartFares. See, SmartFares has special deals with the airlines. When they have unsold seats, they use SmartFares to fill them. So you get airline tickets at ridiculously low prices. Our prices are too low to publish online. With the extra money you'll save, you can book another trip, or treat yourself to dinner or shopping. So stop searching all of those travel sites to find the lowest price on your next flight. Let one of our SmartFares expert travel agents find ridiculously low prices for you. Call SmartFares today and get the best price on your next flight. Guaranteed. Also, save up to 50% off business and first-class tickets.
855-325-1780. 855-325-1780. That's 855-325-1780.
We paid less for our Craftmatic today than we did 20 years ago.
If you're still searching for the perfect solution to a good night's sleep, call now for prices and free information on today's Craftmatic adjustable beds. And then decide when you see how little they cost. Rated #1 by consumers nationwide on consumeraffairs.com. Craftmatic beds come in all mattress types, including cool gel memory foam for up to 50% less than today's leading memory foam brand. Enjoy temporary relief of low back pain, poor circulation, nighttime heartburn, mild arthritis. You'll sleep better in a Craftmatic adjustable bed. So if you're still searching for the perfect solution to a good night's sleep, call now for prices and information. And then decide when you see how little they cost. Discover Craftmatic for less, up to 50% less than today's leading memory foam brand.
Call 1-800-371-9608. That's 1-800-371-9608. Call 1-800-371-9608. Call now.
Are you an active stock market investor? Well, then you know these 3 key words: buy, sell, hold. Those 3 magic words can make or lose you money in the stock market. What if we can show you a time-tested tool that's been helping stock market investors succeed for over 30 years? It's called VectorVest, an amazing system designed to make smart investing easy. The VectorVest system analyzes, sorts, and ranks over 19,000 stocks every day and tells you when to buy, what to buy, and when to sell any stock to maximize your profits in less than 10 minutes a day. And if you call right now, you can test drive our amazing VectorVest system risk-free for 30 days for just $9.95.
800-584-2519. 800-584-2519. 800-584-2519. That's 800-584-2519.
All right, welcome back. Welcome back to Picks and Parlays Radio on the Sports Byline Broadcast Network on this lovely Monday. What is it? October the 7th. I had to look there. That's how old I am. I just keep forgetting the date. Monday, October 7th. I'm coming to you live from Las Vegas. I'm Nick Geber. I'm in for Chelsa Messinger, who is, as we mentioned, taking a little maternity break. She's going to have a little athletic endeavor of her own. She's going to give birth to a child. We wish her the best. All right, this segment, we're going to do some college football. I'm joined back with Tony Tellez, Tony T, and we're going to welcome to the show Joe Duffy. Hey, how's it going there, Joe?
Going fantastic, Nick, and I'm thoroughly enjoying all your British isms.
Good. Well, gentlemen, something that's totally alien to people from the United Kingdom is college sports, although we do love to bet on it. And there are some great college matchups coming. In fact, in the first segment, I went through some of the line movements in college football for Week 7 with Craig. But we have decided, for your betting pleasure, to curate 3 of the finest matches coming up in college football. So shall we get to it? And speaking of Chelsa Messinger, who is a graduate of NC State, let's start with Syracuse at NC State. Both of these teams are 3-2 and 0-1 in the ACC. Syracuse lost back-to-back blowouts to Maryland and Clemson. By the way, that quarterback is Tommy DeVito. Is he any relation to Danny DeVito, I would ask? And NC State coming off a 31-13 loss to Florida State. Gentlemen, neither of these teams exactly knocking anyone's socks off. How do you see it? Let's start with you, Tony.
All right. I know he does play like Danny DeVito, but he's no relation from my understanding here. But I'm not a fan of either offense here, Nick. I'm going to go with the under here. Syracuse at NC State to play under a total of 57.5. Did see that NC State is a 3-point home favorite, but I'm really disappointed here with the offense. You know, both teams graduated some pretty good quarterbacks from last year. Syracuse and Eric Dungy, NC State Ryan Finley. They were battling for roster spots in the preseason during the NFL, and they're having issues here trying to find their replacements. And as a result, we haven't seen really accurate quarterback play from either one of these teams. And, or you've got to worry about Syracuse. They're not really running the ball effectively, 3.4 yards per carry. You're on the road. Now you're going to have to trust Tommy DeVito in 3rd and long situations, and he's got 5 picks this season, and I'm not really a big fan of DeVito. He did not look good in that road game against Liberty, and his other road performance at Maryland was atrocious. They have not scoring points, but I'm going to look here to go under total of 57.5.
That's interesting, Tony. I'm going to get to Joe in a second. I mean, both these quarterbacks like to throw the ball. I mean, logic would say we're going to have a pretty high-scoring game, right?
You would think that, but when you're not accurate with the quarterback, you're not with your passing, and you're not getting any running game, it's going to bring up down in distance here. And again, you got to look at the major conference games. A lot of these quarterbacks face some really weak opponents. You got to back those out of the database when you're looking at these teams. Against the Power 5 conferences, they were not effective. Matter of fact, NC State has no idea who they want to start at quarterback. They had it looks like Bailey Hockman's going to get the start. He only completed 50% of his passes against Florida State. Of course, sophomore Matthew McKay has not been effective. And you're right, Nick, with teams that throw the ball a lot. But again, when you're playing, there's one thing here. When you think about college football, it's a lot like taking the Premier League and the 2 other bottom leagues and putting them together. There's not a lot of parity in college football, so you have to back out those games against these lower division teams.
All right. Well, Joe Duffy, what do you think? Is Tony full of crap, or is he spot on?
No, Tony T is correct. Both of these offenses have been pure rubbish this year. As far as Tommy DeVito, note that he was banged up the last game. He is probable, but he'll be playing on a short week after getting injured last week. And as Tony T did say that Matt McKay, he was pulled, but their backup, Bailey Hockman, did tweak his knee, and they didn't go back to McKay. They went to the 3rd stringer, Devin Leary. So there is some question marks as to who exactly is going to be starting at NC State this week. But, none of the 3 blokes have been all that impressive. Plus, Syracuse, they're going to get back probably a couple of their defensive backs, Andre Cisco and Awethu Malafanu, both missed the past couple games, but they are expected to be back. So Syracuse's secondary should be a little bit stronger. Also have a pretty good angle here. When both teams have been spread disasters as of late, it does go under at a 141.81 rate, though admittedly that's kind of been in reverse since 2017. But I'm not really impressed by either one of these offenses. In fact, Syracuse is going under by an average of 6.1 points per game this year. NC State's going under by an average of 6.5 points per game this year.
All right, good stuff. Shall we move along to the next game? Shall we go to the Red River Shootout, which is, one of my favorites because it sounds like a Western movie from the 1950s. The Red River Shootout, Oklahoma at Texas, where the last match we did, Syracuse and NC State, these were two teams that were sort of trying to rebuild and struggling. On the other hand, these two are the class of the Big 12, the top two undefeated teams. Gentlemen, who do you like on this one? Let's start with Joe this time.
All right. As far as the Red River Shootout, Texas running back Jordan Whittingham is doubtful. Now, he's a highly touted freshman. He's yet to play, but they really had this game circled. They were hoping to get him back for this game because it is such a big rivalry. It does look like he's not going to make his debut. However, conversely, their wide receiver Colin Johnson is probable. He's their top returning wide receiver from last year, but he was injured in game 2. He's had only 7 catches because he was injured midway through game 2, so they haven't really gotten the production out of him, but that is very big that he is coming back. Still, big favorites in games that are expected to be blowouts, that's 9.5 or more, and also expected to be high scoring, are usually pretty good plays at 86 and 42, and that would benefit Oklahoma.
So you're gonna edge Oklahoma on this one?
Well, no, actually, my official pick here is going to be on the over of 75 because I do have a little bit of stuff. I know people like to talk about the so-called double-digit rivalry. I've looked that up. It's not true. Double-digit dogs in big rivalry games don't generally do that well, but in this rivalry has been the exception. The double-digit underdog is 6-1 in this rivalry, and Texas would be favorite in that one as far as that angle is concerned. But all in all, I think the better play here is the overlook. You got a heck of a quarterback. Oklahoma's got Jalen Hurts, who's a strong candidate for the Heisman Trophy, even a chance to pile up some big numbers here. And I also have a nice system when the total is much higher than each team's previous total. It goes over at a pretty good rate, 276, 227, and 4. So, yeah, don't go away from the TV in this game. There's going to be a lot of scoring.
Yeah, sounds like a good game. Tony, how do you see it?
Well, I'm going to look here at taking the points with Texas plus 10. I believe the Longhorns have made ground on the Sooners program throughout the years. They have gotten much closer to this Oklahoma team. And then also they faced the much tougher schedule. You got to respect the fact they put up 38 points on a good LSU defense in a 7-point loss. They have back-to-back wins at home to Oklahoma State. And then last week, which was a very tough spot, they went into West Virginia and they got behind early, came back, wins the game 42-31 on the road. Longhorns have covered 6 of their past 7 against the Sooners, so they've had point spread success against Oklahoma. Yes, listen, I respect Oklahoma. They put up some good numbers, but look at this schedule. They face Houston, South Dakota, a down UCLA team, Texas Tech program, plus Kansas. I think the Longhorns a little bit more tested here, so I like taking the points here with Texas at plus 10.
So you're going with the points as well. So you're both the consensus here. It's going to be a very high-scoring game. And what do you say, 75?
Yeah, 75 is the total. So, my general, for years and years and years, my general gut reaction was to take the high totals and bet them under and the low totals and bet them over. And that was pretty good for a while. It does, make you a little nervous because this could be a very high-scoring game and yet still go under the total. But I just think there's going to be, all kinds of scoring. Both of these teams have explosive offenses. And most importantly, I don't think there's really no motivation for either team to slow down the pace, especially Oklahoma. I do think that Oklahoma wants to get them very much in a shootout, but Texas still has some pretty good personnel, especially with them, hopefully for them, getting Colin Johnson back this week. So that's going to be a nice weapon added there. And if Johnson is healthy, I wouldn't be surprised if the total even goes up a little bit. So if anything, you might want to grab that total right now.
So if I'm going to put some of my hard-earned money here on the over 75, what sort of price can I expect on that?
Well, yeah, you are going to be getting over 75 minus 110. But I do think if Johnson winds up, they officially list him as probable. Wouldn't be surprised if it goes up to 76 or 77. Not to mention the public likes to bet these higher scoring games to go over the total anyway. So I'm a lot better at predicting the spread and totals outcomes of the games as I am at predicting line movement. That's a little bit tougher science and a completely separate one. But I do think that it's more likely to go up than it is to go down.
All right, guys.
Yeah, they would, and Nick, they would rather move the price that move the total, the number, than move the price in college football.
Yeah, I got it right now. I understand. Okay, let's go. Colorado at Oregon. Here we go. Finally, some Pac-12 action. Oregon, speaking of Heisman Trophy candidates, Justin Herbert's won the Heisman hopeful with Oregon. Colorado 3-2, coming off a 35-30 loss to Arizona on Saturday. Are either of these teams, I mean, Colorado is, ranked 13th? Is that right?
I don't really, to tell you the truth, I don't really pay attention to the rankings. It doesn't impact my handicap. And so it's something, Nick, that I don't really follow too much as far as the rankings go. But, this Colorado team's got some offense. I'm going to look to take the points plus 20. You can also find 20.5 in some place. When I looked at this line, when I saw it with 20, I thought, Colorado's not a doormat. There must be some injury issues. There isn't. They've been competitive in team losses by 5 to Arizona, then in overtime to Air Force. They do have wins in overtime to Nebraska and at Arizona State. Their offensive numbers, production has been good, 447 yards, 300 yards in the passing game. They have a senior quarterback who's accurate, Steven Montez, 67%. And, what happened was that their NFL prospect at wide receiver, Laviska Shenault, he missed the game against Arizona. Now, this is the big question mark. You got to make sure if he's healthy, then Colorado's definitely a play on in this one. I would like taking the points here with Colorado.
So you're going to take Colorado. Okay, and Joe, what's up? What's your take on this one?
Yeah, well, here's where Tony T and I are going to go head-to-head. We saved the best for last, I guess. We're having a Barney, as you British would say. Fading road underdogs of 19 or more off of a loss as a home favorite, or if they were a small underdog in that game, is a very good play. 224, 169, and 7 for 57%. That would favor Oregon. And when you're talking about the rankings, I think what you meant was Oregon. Their rankings, look, they were very competitive against Auburn. So if they do run the table and things fall into place, they're going to have to look at some of the other conferences. They could still make the playoffs. But in order to do that, of course, as I said, first and foremost, they have to run the table. But second of all, they need to have some good statements here. And this would be a nice chance to have a nice statement game for them. One thing that's a surprise, because Oregon is generally considered to be an over team, so there might be some value in the under. Oregon's going under 4-1 by an average of 13 points per game, which is the fourth best under margin in the country. And it's a little too early to start looking at some of the numbers as far as sharp versus square, but the early money is 52% of the bets on Colorado, but 84% of the money on Oregon. So that tells me the early sharp money is going with Oregon. So I do expect for it to be a nice blowout here.
All right, so you think this is a statement game. Most of the statements I see just say past due on them, but I doubt this one's going to be that. Here we go. That was it. Colorado at Oregon. Our two experts are going to disagree on this one. By the way, if you like their picks, if you like what they have to say, you can find them at picksandparlays.net. Tom Bees writes to us on YouTube. He says, I'm 80% thanks to your site. Winning so many on it. Well, winning. That's the way you want to be. All right, when we come back after the break, because we are just about out of time. And by the way, I want to thank Tony and Joe for the last segment. I'm going to recap today's picks for you in case you missed any of it. And as you just saw from that comment here on YouTube, you want to take these picks seriously. A great way to help you with your sports betting earnings. All right, be right back after this.
Dr. Robert Clapper, Chief of Orthopedic Surgery at Cedars-Sinai Medical Group in Los Angeles, California. Dedicated to your health, your life, and your sports. As a weekend warrior, you know about sports injuries and pain. Exercise is an important element in keeping your body's core in good shape to minimize sports injuries. But when you are in pain, there is one product that I recommend to my patients, and that is Blue Goo Gel. Blue Goo consists of a proprietary formula developed specifically for the treatment of inflammation and general muscle aches and strains. I recommend Blue Goo for my patients coping with hip and knee pain before surgery, especially bursitis and tendinitis. Give Blue Goo a try. Call 1-888-330-0123 and you'll receive a 1-week supply of Blue Goo absolutely free. The makers of Blue Goo are even paying the shipping. The number again is 1-888-330-0123. If you want more information on Blue Goo, visit online at www.dothegoo.com.
Now available at select Big 5 stores near you.
This is an urgent health notice for all residents suffering from back, neck, knee, and wrist pain. You may qualify for a pain-relieving brace at little or no cost to you, but the deadline is fast approaching. Simply call the Health Alert Hotline now.
You heard right. You may qualify for a pain-relieving back, neck, knee, or wrist brace. These items may even be covered by Medicare or your private insurance. The Health Alert Hotline is your brace company. These specialized braces have been tested for pain relief. Call us toll-free right now to determine your eligibility and to learn how to use your private insurance or Medicare to minimize your out-of-pocket cost. Don't wait. If the deadline passes, you may lose your opportunity to get a pain-relieving back, neck, knee, or wrist brace at little or no cost to you.
800-430-9571. 800-430-9571. 800-430-9571. That's 800-430-9571.
Attention business owners. Now is the perfect time to start saving money on your cable TV bill for your business. We can give you packages with up to 90 great channels and save your business a ton of cash. And if you call right now, you can learn how to get free equipment and free installation. Now you have choices. It's time to start saving money on your cable TV bill for your business. And call today and get 90 channels plus free equipment and free installation. Smart business owners like you all across the country are consolidating and saving money on their cable TV, internet, and phone service for their business. So now's the perfect time. This may be a limited time offer to the first 100 people that call right now. So please save money and call now.
800-470-7113. 800-470-7113. 800-470-7113. That's 800-470-7113.
All right, welcome back. Picks and Parlays Radio here on the Sports Byline Broadcast Network. Just a reminder, we're here Monday through Friday at 4 p.m. Eastern Time on this very network. You can also find us on iHeartRadio, TuneIn. And if you miss any of the show, you can always find these shows, every single one of them, up on YouTube at Picks and Parlays. Just search Picks and Parlays. You can see it there. We're also on Twitter. We're on Facebook. Essentially, we're everywhere that you want to go. When you're surfing your phone in the bathroom, we're going to be on all those sites that you want to go to. And we have loads of free picks for you, obviously, on our website at picksandparlays.net. All right, well, we had Tony Tellez, we had Joe Duffy, we had Craig Trapp, three of our resident expert handicappers on. Let's recap their picks for you for some games coming up. Let's go. Let's start with some Major League Baseball. Here, Tony T's picks. Dodgers at Nationals. He said, take the Dodgers, plus 118. They're going to close it out. And for the Yankees at Twins, consensus was the Yankees are going to close it out as well. Take the over 9, that is, on the Yankees at Twins. All right, then we had some college football. We had Joe Duffy and Tony Tellez giving us picks for 3 games. Let's start. Tony's Syracuse at NC State. He said, take the under, 57.5. Colorado at Oregon, he said take Colorado plus 20.5. And Oklahoma at Texas, he said take Texas plus 10. Joe, on the other hand, he said take Syracuse at NC State. He said take the under 57.5. That's a consensus with Tony. He also had consensus with Tony at Colorado and Oregon. He said take Oregon at minus 20. And Oklahoma at Texas, he said take over 75. That's right, you heard it, folks. 75. Lots of scoring in that game. All right, well, I hope you enjoyed the show. Once again, you can find all of these picks and loads more free picks at picksandparlays.net. Be sure to go over there and go to our YouTube channel. Be sure to subscribe and click that little bell notification. Every time we put up a new video, you will get notified. You don't want to miss it. All right, that's going to wrap up the show for today. I'll be back with you tomorrow right here on the Sports Byline Broadcast Network, picksandparlays.net. Have a great night.